So my channel got clapped. All these artists are calling me, telling me, threatening to kill me. These gang people, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck with my video at? I'm finna kill you for my video, bro. I paid you, give me my money. I couldn't believe that shit was happening to me, and I was like, I'm not gonna let this affect me. CVO was being known in the city because of the stuff that I was doing.
It's crazy because he was getting up with the music videos, and everybody was learning him as CVO. And mind you, me and him kind of like stopped being cool at that point. And then everybody was knowing me as CVO because my production was going crazy at the same time too. So like half the city would know him as CVO, and half the city would know me as CVO.
You know what I'm saying? It's my boy Phil, my brother Phil. Known him for a very long time. He's CVO, but this shit runs deep. It's deeper than what we doing now.
If people were to see that video like from day one and to see the progress where bro's at now, it's just
it was crazy, the elevation. My mom was always told me, man, you gotta have good credit. You gotta have good credit coming out. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, you gotta have good credit. She didn't tell me the power of credit, but she said, hey, make sure you have good credit, make sure you pay your shit on time. And then when I got into the realm of being an entrepreneur and start to see that holy shit, one, corporate America gets all the fucking the tips and tricks and all the goodness. Wow, they literally, if you do not go that route and you want to stay stuck in the middle, stuck in that loop,
you're in a rat race.
Go ahead, yeah, go ahead,
you gotta own a business.
Go ahead and work for somebody. It goes way far back. Take them back a little bit, show y'all where it originated, where it started, and how we even ended up here.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode.
Started getting more enthusiasm. Come on now. That shit said, yo.
Oh, I usually do. That's how I usually do it.
No, we can't do that though. They gotta
sound excited.
You know what I'm saying?
Welcome back to another episode.
Yeah,
put their ass to sleep. All right, you know what? That'll probably be the last intro that I do that way or something. You know what I'm saying? Because we gotta elevate. And the last time I say, you know what I'm saying, know what I mean all the time. Anyways, you are now welcome back to another episode of the Delete Kings podcast. I go by the name Delete King 850. We got my boy here with me, Delete King CVO.
You already know what's going on.
And we also have CVO again, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But before you get confused, we're going to introduce him correctly, you know what I'm saying? So I might as well have CVO. Yo, just break it down, let him know who we got in the building, and then so he can introduce him.
You know what I'm saying? It's my boy Phil, my brother Phil. Known him for a very long time. Of course, like Ty said, he's CVO. You know what I'm saying? But this shit runs deep. It's deeper than what we doing now. It goes way far back, and we're gonna take them back a little bit, show y'all where it originated, where it started, and how we even ended up here. You feel me?
They get it.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the podcast, man.
Appreciate y'all having me here.
Podcast. And we just started working together a few weeks now, and man, the energy is just consistent. It's just like, yeah, welcome to the team. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, who's this guy? And then he was like, y'all go way back. And the work ethic that you've put in already, it's like,
it's what's needed.
It's what's needed.
We here to work. That's what we here to do.
You know what I find funny? I've been struggling to find an assistant, and then he finds one way faster than me. And it's like we looking for that to build that team ultimately. And I ain't gonna talk too much, but definitely want to know how y'all met. And then this is also us documenting the process of us building a team, coming together, building a conglomerate.
What's crazy is, don't mean to interrupt, I feel like he didn't even necessarily find me to be his assistant or to join the team. It was more so it just happened organically, you know what I'm saying? But furthermore, me and bro been knowing each other, I want to say at least more than 10 years. You know, the relationship's been in and out type shit, but
100%.
But you know,
funny stories.
Whatever's meant to be, bro, is meant to be. We gonna get into that right now. But yeah, right now I go by the name For the Vybez, 94 PDV on Instagram and social media. You can find me. We started as CVO, the group CVO, Chicago's very own, a couple years ago. And bro was starting doing his filming. I was producing. We had a few people on the team, you know what I'm saying?
And we gonna even break it down. We had my cousin on the team. We had my brother, my other cousin, my brother's brother.
A few friends.
And then I brought in my one of my partners at the back end of that team.
Yeah.
And my ex-girlfriend was our graphic designer. She's actually the originator of the CVO logo way back when. So it was a team. It was a real-life team. But before you even got there, realistically, it was my cousin. We ain't gonna mention no names, but it was my cousin. and Phil really doing a lot of the work. This dude, one of his friends was doing a lot of the work. They were artists. You know, Phil, producer, he was getting to the beats, making sure everything's all hot and spicy.
Yeah.
And it just started dwindling at the end, you feel me?
Do you remember how y'all met, the first conversation y'all had?
In my experience, I think we went to a studio downtown, Chris Barnett's studio.
Yeah, CB Mix.
Chris Barnett is Lil Pump's like main engineer right
The
now.
GOAT. If you don't know
Yeah.
Chris,
Yeah.
Like
Sleep.
Chicago legend, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's when they had the big ass building with Young Chop. They probably still got it right now.
No,
but
yeah, it's still over
yeah,
there.
it's, I ain't been in some years, but in my experience, that was I think the first time me and you met.
Yeah.
We were at the studio and we shot some stuff for just being in the studio.
Yeah, just getting content.
Yeah. And you uploaded that too, I remember.
I did, yeah. I did upload that. That was a while ago, but we were all there. It was a couple of us there too that day. I think was my brother there?
Nah, I remember just being us three.
Was it? It was us three. I shot this. Yup. No, I think if I go digging, I probably can find that video I shot that day in the studio.
And then how'd y'all decide to do business together? How'd it click?
Honestly, I ain't even finna lie to you. Not too long after we met, and we kind of like we threw some business ideas together, but everything kind of just like fell apart after that. Yeah.
Wait, I mean, talk to me about the good part before. Like, you guys skipping to the bad part. No,
so I mean, like, it was more so like, we was always cool. It was always cool, comic, like, cordial, you know what I'm saying? It was all love. But, like, our relationship wasn't like this.
It hadn't grown yet.
Because it was him and my cousin was mostly, you know what I'm saying? My cousin was the originator and the maker, I guess, of CVO.
I just seen your business card. Somebody just found you, and they
Yeah,
said,
this is a founder.
Founder.
Well, I'm the founder of CVO Films. You know what I'm saying, but not the founder of CVO. It was a group thing, and before I was even CVO, before I even made the name CVO Films,
got you.
there was already CVO.
Yeah.
You know, it was Sex Money Mafia, AM, CVO.
Yup.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. But that was like their three different abbreviations. Like,
Yeah, one was street shit, one was like music, and one was like the brand.
Yeah.
I guess you could say.
So
You know what I'm
like
saying?
Sex Money Mafia, I feel like
was the street shit.
yeah, that was the street shit, and then AM, that's
Was
the
the
music,
music.
all above average music.
Yep.
And then CVO was the overall brand, I
Brand.
guess, housing everything, which was Chicago's very own.
Yeah. And it was, Chicago's very own. He called himself with something else at the beginning.
Me?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it was just straight CVO Films. I had to do it like that because I had picked up a camera before I was doing that. It was just me. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I'm Jose, whatever,
Yeah.
you know. But that's the day CVO Films was born for real.
Yeah.
Was the day that I was at the studio with him, and my cousin. My cousin was telling me I went there to take pictures. She's like, man, record this shit. Like, you could make, you know what I'm saying? You could be a videographer. You could do this. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, okay.
It's crazy.
That makes sense.
If people were to see that video like from day one and to see the progress where bro's at now,
Bro.
it's just
Bro,
like tremendous.
I'm gonna find that video so we can post a little bit on this podcast. But I swear to God, bro, it was crazy the elevation from being from starting off to film then to now was just it's motivational for real. Like some people stay where they're at. No, I elevated every second. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the relationship, it was always him and my cousin. They was nice and tight.
Yeah.
I was tight with my cousin. I was the little one always trying to be around, be in the scenes. Like, oh, I'm in the studio now. I'm with them. You know what I'm saying? My cousin's a rapper, yada, yada, yada. And I kept CVO Films. You know, I took my camera. I was doing stuff in high school, taking pictures of athletes and this, that, and the third. You feel me?
It really took off with it while we over here kind of just like slowed down.
Yeah, so before I fully... Go ahead. What did you say?
Do you know why you slowed down?
Yeah.
Because you was in your bag with the beats, right? What else?
I stayed in my bag with the beats. What I felt at that time, like Jose, like he said he was doing his own thing.
Right.
CVO was doing his own thing. But then me and his cousin, we was working, but I felt like as I was learning how to be a better producer and growing my craft, I felt like bro wasn't keeping up on the rapping tip.
Literally.
Or like I'll be like, man, let's go to the studio, let's shoot a video, let's do this song, woo woo. and shit
just
would just be at a
never-
standstill.
Never get done. I'm
Never.
talking never get done.
Like we'll have a song recorded from 2 years ago. I think it ended up dropping like 5 years later. Like something.
Yes,
You
bro.
know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I'm talking the what's the word I'm looking for? The contemplation. Is that the word?
Was that an
Procrastination?
There you go. The
Procrastination.
procrastination and just literally like not the will, no desire to really do the thing. You know, my cousin, I'm not gonna lie, still to this day, I think he probably would have been one of the biggest artists coming out of Chicago because how his voice was, his lyricism, like he was really him when it came to the music.
Did y'all have a central location?
No,
Studio?
what we had, a studio was CB Mix.
Yeah,
we
that
only
was the
recorded
studio.
that was the man.
We would
Y'all
save up
mentioned
money
like
to
8
go.
to 10 people, right?
So those 10 people were just individuals that were in the group.
And that was after.
Have y'all ever been all in the same room?
No.
Not all of us.
At the
As
same
far as-
time.
Just
it's-
us three.
Just us three, we've been in the same room, and then there was a situation when him and my cousin Nat fell out, and then that's when I kind of really became more of a part of the team. I was now an actual, like, full-fledged member,
And I was already out.
and he was already out. And then that's when we were all, like, the whole 8 of us, we was all together in one room before.
I want to talk about that bounce back. All right, so what was the greatest thing that came out of that group? The greatest.
In my opinion, I think it was like kind of like us kind of finding ourselves and what we wanted to do. At least for me, I figured out like, damn, producing really go crazy. Because from a kid, I've been a musician. Like I could play instruments, live instruments. So, but then when I met them, I didn't know how to translate that live musicianship to something else. And then I kind of learned like, oh, I could produce music out of this. You know what I'm saying? That's where I kind of found myself.
And then you got in your bag with the films pretty much from
Yeah,
that?
because I was only taking pictures, and then like he had put me over to that side, and that's the only thing that I really take away from that group. Because other than that, the rest of the group was lazy. They was not motivated. They didn't want to do shit. Fortnite had just came out. I remember they was always on the game doing this, and when that time happened, as far as when I was in the team, I guess my cousin's mutual group and mutual friends and people who kind of knew my cousin and some of the people from back in the day, they knew he was CVO. They knew that whatever CVO that. When I came in and I put my work ethic into it, I brought CVO to the grand scale.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knew CVO because of me. They were calling me, I was CVO. You know what I'm saying? I was the pusher, the creator, the everything for that. Like, my CVO was being known in the city because of the stuff that I was doing.
It's crazy because he was getting up with the music videos and everybody was learning him as CVO. And mind you, me and him kind of like stopped being cool at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody was knowing me as CVO because my production was going crazy at the same time too. So like half the city would know him as CVO and half the city would know me as CVO. You get what I'm saying?
Damn.
And it's like,
It's almost like, I think there's another collaborative like that. Like there's, if you know Dada, there's
Yeah.
2 of them low key,
Yeah.
but it's
Dada.
low key. Like if you know, you know. But it's like, I don't know if there's still 2 of them, but like, yeah.
Yeah, it's Dada Max and Dada Angelo.
Right.
You feel me? There was a
So
little
something
cohesion.
similar.
But it was kind of like that, but like they were more of together. They were doing the stuff together.
Right.
He was in his own lane, and then he had found a new artist, Elvie the God, where he was going crazy with.
Yeah.
I left my cousin because we had fell out, kind of like almost the same situation where he had fell out with my
It
cousin.
just wasn't clicking. It was
Bro,
like,
it was
because you was trying
terrible.
to get to the bag. He was just like
Yeah.
procrastinating too much.
Bro, I can tell you exactly how it ended.
And what's crazy is, not to interrupt, but I literally told him after I fell out with this because I was like, bro, it's going to be like this. Watch. Months passed, and
And
bro
it
hit
happened.
me like, man, bro.
I just want to know how it happened. You might as well.
Okay.
If we got to cut it out, we got to
So
cut
hold
it
on,
out.
so let's start with you because yours is further than mine, and then I
Because
can go.
overall, I know y'all listening to some stories. We probably strangers to y'all, but it's just like, how do teams crash and burn? A lot of young people want to be artists, entrepreneurs, work together as a team. They think it's gonna be the next Wu-Tang Clan, right?
Yeah.
So y'all can still just stay tuned. Y'all gonna really hear how, you know what I'm saying, things could fall out over some silly shit when you like younger, but then like see who's serious about the bag, and here we are now. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
I feel like at that age, I remember the exact age I was, but first of all, age I felt like played a lot into it. As far as like people were still growing up, everybody like had relationships, everybody was trying to figure out how to like make means, you know what I'm saying? So it was like we have this main brainstorm, this idea that we want to have flourish, but everybody had their everyday life situations going on. And I think other people were motivated more than others. And it's like some people just got left behind. You know what I'm
So
saying?
the part what happened when you realized we had to go
So
like
yeah,
like-
talk about the full fallout.
Bro,
like how did it happen?
At one point, I know bro was like, all right, we got to put money into this. And I'm like, all right, I'm putting money into studio time. I'm putting money into equipment. I think I bought like a whole stabilizer for the camera or something at that point. It was like $80. Like it ain't, you know, but to me back then that was a lot. I'm like, damn, I'm spending 80 on this. I'm spending 100 on studio time. And I felt like we weren't moving. When that happened, so I had to tell bro, like, look, bro, you got so many songs recorded. We be hitting the studio. We need to shoot videos. We need to drop. Like we need to post content kind of how we are now, but like we're actually putting in the work. You know what I'm saying? And then it got to the point where like, I don't know, like it died down and I kind of let it be, but then shit on social media started happening. People got disrespectful on social media, like, oh, you ain't really CVO, or like
childish.
Just childish shit, bro. Like dumbass shit, egotistical shit,
ego.
bro. Too much pride, bro. Like not enough pride, or not enough like
Maturity.
Yeah, not enough maturity to take a step back and put your pride to the side and be like, all right, let me take a step back and look at what's really going on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What do you think, in hindsight, what do you think could have been better about just that step one? It's just like, what do you think been better? Like maybe, did y'all ever have stuff in writing, like with the CVO lettering and blah, blah, these are your roles, these are permissions, like SOPs?
I think
it was a shake of a hand around it.
I thought it was more so like, fuck, what was your question again?
Was there any SOPs or anything in writing, like black and white ink writing, so everybody know their role and nobody has to feel like this person put in more work, this person, like who's not pulling their weight? So
yeah, like CVO said, it was all handshakes. It was all like word of mouth. And
in hindsight, what would you think you could do different to?
First of all, me personally, I felt like if I would have known the business shit of everything primarily, it would have helped me, tenfold. But that's where I say being young in our age, kind of played a part. And granted, you could be young and still be knowledgeable of your business and et cetera, which a lot of young people now, that's what y'all got to do. If y'all finna go into something, be knowledgeable of what you're doing, especially if you're going to business with somebody, especially a friend. You know what I'm saying?
Especially a friend, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can do business with friends, and then even if you start off doing business, like, and it becomes a friendship, like, I think having stuff in writing is, like, key, just because it's, like, people might forget.
Yeah.
They might forget what they agreed on. But if it's in writing, it's, like,
it holds you to
etched
that
in stone.
standard.
Yeah, you know
Holds
what
you to
I'm
that
saying?
standard, so
What was the key thing that triggered, like, you're going your separate way?
I think disrespect.
He said something in particular or a particular day?
Yeah,
like
I don't remember exactly because, it was such a long time ago. But I remember going on social media and people talking shit to me under a post, and then, like, his whole brigade of people, like, following him up.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was a part of that too.
You know?
Because, it's my cousin. I was riding with my cousin, and I was kind of like, oh, fuck Phil. He not CVO. Yeah. I was a part of that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it
Just
got to
because
that point.
That's who I was riding with at the time. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like OTF, Lil Durk. You know what I'm saying? Lil Durk people going, man, fuck them guys. It's OTF.
That's your beef. That's our beef too.
You know what I'm saying? That's how it was, for real. Especially when it's family. Blood is blood type shit.
So, after that, I was just like, it's cool. Y'all can have it type shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, let me go do my own thing. And shit, granted, I ended up doing my own thing. Like, I found a great artist, Over the God. Shout out, bro. We dropped hella millions of views on videos, not just one, not just twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, we did that.
You created. I'm guessing you did his beats, or what did you do for him?
I did the beats on his.
Both of y'all ran up millions, bro. Because I was going through his catalog. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did our thing, bro.
Like, shit.
And then it was crazy. I feel like I can take it from here because that's how that fell off.
Yeah.
And then we went from there. So now, at this time, I'm smallly getting into the group. I'm at my cousin's house all the time. You know what I'm saying? I had moved to the burbs. He stayed over there by Humble Park. I'm always driving to the city, always driving to the hood, Humble Park, just to kick it with him, talk to him, chop it up with him, see what music he's doing. He had his little studio in his room, in his little one of the rooms that he had at his crib. So he was always just being there, smoking, chilling, listening to some shit he got, and it was always listening to music there, right? So we started to see that, oh, Phil's over there with LV the God. He talking shit about LV, don't even know the dude just because Phil's over there on the team. And he was even talking about, oh, man, he using that CVO logo, the CVO sound, man. I'm going to delete this dude's channel. But he never wanted to take it that far because he knew he was messing with a real street dude. You go try to take LV's videos down that got millions, my man gonna come after you.
He gonna get on your ass.
He gonna be on that. Like, so.
And he didn't even create it. That was the thing. Yeah, he created the brand CVO, but like the specific tag that I had in all my beats, I created. You know what I'm saying?
And so at the time, boom, he was like, man, he gave that because everyone, I guess him and my cousin had the sound. He gave me this sound, you know what I'm saying? So I put it on my videos and I really start pushing CVO.
Consistent with the branding.
Literally. Yeah. So with us, we're getting our team together now. Boom. Like I said, now we have a team of 8. I brought some of my people. He brought his people. I got my older brother in it, his brother, my little cousin. A nice little team, you know what I'm saying? We had got up another producer. Excuse me. Another producer that was trying to do some beats too, whatever. Out of that whole time, we were a couple. No, so we made it. Let me backtrack. I'm burping like a motherfucker. I'm sorry. So after the team got established, I brought my main partner in, who believed in me, who bought me my first Sony camera, all that good stuff. I brought him in. He said, we all came together. We're all in the same room. We got to make this shit legit, make this shit a company. So then comes CVO Entertainment Incorporated. And that was made in 2018. So we made that business. We signed on a dotted line. I was the vice president. My cousin was the president. And my partner at the time, my business partner, was co-president. So it was 2 heads, then it was me, and then everyone fell under. So as soon as we did that, we write on dotted line. We pay for the filing fee, all that stuff, everybody's name, addresses, yada yada. Now we're a legit company now. So it's like, okay, cool. Let's start pushing this. Now we a little excited.
This is all new information to me too. I'm learning this
Man,
too.
Man, we was all excited. Cool, I remember the entertainment lawyer and everything. It was crazy. So then now, we filed everything and everything was legit now on paper, paid for everything. The company is real now. The company is real, and we're like, man, now we motivated, we hungry. Let's get to work. Let's go to the studio. We booked the studio session. My cousin paid some, and then my partner paid some. We paid it for like an 8-hour session. Yeah. We're all in there at Chris's studio going crazy. There's even a song with all of us on it. We're singing an ad-lib, and they mixed it into thing, but like we were all in the booth, you know, doing some shit. Like we were very motivated and happy and excited.
It's a legendary studio.
You know what I'm saying? To do things. And after that studio session, we did nothing. We did absolutely nothing. We did not shoot one video of them things. We didn't promote. He ain't drop. He ain't do nothing. I'm telling you, absolutely garbage. My partner was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What's going on? What's going on? And I'm still doing my thing. I'm still shooting my videos, making CVO a name as far as the music industry. Then what happened was I was like, man, I want more as a company. My partner's like, we want more. We got to start investing. We're a company. What are we doing? So this is the time El Hitta is blowing up. He got that song, Oh Yeah.
Oh Yeah.
And what's crazy is if I go back on my phone, I was supposed to shoot Oh Yeah, but I had flew to New York to shoot a video. And I was supposed to shoot that song. I didn't end up shooting that song. I came back, it's blowing up. Cool. He's blowing up. I'm like, you know what? One of my guys that was real cool with, who knew me at CVO Films, he threw concerts. So I'm like, man, I told my partner, like, man, I'm vice president, he's co-president. Why can't we throw a concert? You know what I'm saying? So we got our money together. We booked El Hitta for a show. We booked the venue. And then I came back and I told my cousin, like, hey, bro, we booked this show. We paid for it. You're going to be co-headline. We finna run it up. We finna have bottles. We all finna have our own section. We finna be lit. We literally going on right after him. Probably chop it up with him. Do a song with him. You know, like, it looked like shit was about to be lit, right? His reaction was complete opposite. He said, what? You taking money from me, bro? You doing shit without my permission? What? You trying to get down on us? I was like, huh? I was like, what? I'm like, bro, this money, if we make money off the show, this money's for all of us. Like, what? I was so confused. I'm like, are you kidding me? He's like, no, I don't want to do that shit. No, fuck that. Fuck that. It ain't it. Like, you supposed to consult with me. Like, that shit just can't happen like that. He was going off. And then I was like, what the fuck? We already paid for it. Shit's already locked in. We got the flyer on it, the CVO logo on it, everything.
It still ended up happening, right?
So the show, we still end up doing the show because we were not finna lose on that opportunity.
Yeah, I remember.
What was the investment? From what you can remember.
Two bands. Two or 5 bands. I think it was 2 bands. 2 bands for El Hitter to pop up just to perform his All Yeah song and maybe like another song that he had. But that was his, you know what I'm saying? Those were his only songs. So we gave him 2 bands, and I think we made 5. That's what I think it is. We put 2 and we net 5. So it was cool. But as that show was happening, so when all that was happening, bro, this man was getting, just like how Phil said, I'm talking about getting disrespectful. Unbelievably disrespectful to the point where he's talking about my father who had passed away. He's talking about fuck my mother. And this is real family. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, that's what it is, bro? And at the same time, he also, like I said, I was using the CVO intro. So instead of going and trying to take Elvie's shit down, he took my shit down. My whole channel, gone, boom. Hundreds of videos with millions of views. Whatever.
Hundreds. This is over 100 videos.
Bro, I had at least, because right now I probably have, 400 videos on my channel. So this was probably, I was at like 100, maybe 150 videos. I was shooting 3-4 times a day, bro. I was putting work. If he wasn't getting shot by Diamond, he was getting shot by me.
In the city, bro.
And like or you're going somewhere bigger. You're going to Laka, you're going to Aze or Dada. But if you weren't shooting with them, you would shoot either with me or Diamond. That's how it was in the city back then.
Right.
We were the only 2 that was really doing the shit like hard. So my channel got clapped. All these artists are calling me, telling me, threatening to kill me. These gang people, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck with my video? I'm finna kill you for my video, bro. I paid you, give my money, yada, yada, yada. Luckily, I saved my videos. I threw them back up on a brand new channel. But of course...
Wait, I know you told me the other day. You had a timeline. YouTube warned you.
Yes, YouTube warned me 7 days. You have 7 days before we take your channel completely away from you. I said, oh, shit. Download the whole catalog. Boom. And then I'm like... trying to fight it. I'm sending them letters, sending them this, like, hey, this is a company. I'm sending them company stuff.
You're
like,
the vice president. Blah, blah, blah.
Like, all that good stuff. Nothing. No response. Clap my shit. Gone. I re-uploaded it. People are still mad. Man, I got the video, but my views is gone, man. That shit had 500,000. That shit had this. I was like, and then when I got to that point where I was receiving threats, I went on live. I went on all of my social media and showed them because it tells you who copyrighted your shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I said it was
full
him.
name, like
full
government.
name and address. Like you had to put full thing. I said it was him. He lives here. Go talk to him. Like what the fuck? Like
bro said,
I didn't do nothing.
Bro set him up.
Bro, literally, all the gang people were like, man, and then people started hitting him. Like what the fuck, bro? What's wrong with you? What you know what I'm saying? You got my video taken down. Da. It was bad. It was so bad that our families was getting involved in hearing the shit. Like I said, he talked about my father who was deceased. He called my mother a bitch. Whole bunch of shit. It was to the point where it was like, if we see each other, we damn near might kill each other. You feel me? And so we still do that show. He got real disrespectful. He's talking about change your name, CVO, this, that. I was like, no, bro, I built this. You ain't do shit. You still not doing shit.
Oh, bro.
So I said, fuck you. Have a nice day. And I'm going to continue what I need to do. And so what we did that next day, all you need to close a company is the vice president and a CEO. My partner was co-CEO. I'm vice president. Clapped that whole company from him, dissolved it, took it away from him. And then we reopened that next year in January, in 2019, we opened CVO Enterprise. Me and my partner. You know what I'm saying?
I need to clap for that.
Like, fuck that. So now both CVO companies are mine. And mine alone. You feel me?
He said he got a chain for each one.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
We already got some fun there.
Literally.
We ain't gonna put all the business out there, but we gonna put enough out there so motherfuckers know what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's more about the story. Like the bounce back is hard because today we check out your YouTube channel, CVO Films. You still got millions of views?
Yes, sir.
More.
You still got thousands of subscribers?
Yeah.
You bounce back like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
because I couldn't believe that shit was happening to me, and I was like, I'm not gonna let this affect me. You know, I built my name enough to do things, You know, at that time, people were like, man, if I shoot with you, I'm just going to put it on my channel. I said, cool. I don't care. Let's still shoot. Let's work. I still want to bring this name out. You know what I'm saying? So, boom, I was throwing other people's channels, this and that. And then people started getting back on my channel. I was like, hey, don't worry. Your stuff is never going to get clapped again. Your stuff's not getting taken down. I removed the CVO logo. I got a brand new logo now. My whole thing, I'm like, it's all legit. It's all me. And so that's what I've been building since then. And literally till this day, I think my cousin has so much music. I got his mixtapes, his greatest mixtapes on my Google Drive. Still to this day.
Those shit's hard, bro.
I could listen to him.
They
for
hard.
real. I'll listen to him as an artist. But knowing deep inside, I don't fuck with him as a person or my cousin or whatever it is or whatever we were.
You don't listen to
it's just not that no more.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? But the music was there.
That's
and
interesting.
still to this day, I think under his new name, he's only dropped 2 songs.
2.
No videos, no promotion, nothing.
I think they're old too.
No, those
They sound old.
They sound old, but I know these are a little bit newer. But man, I'm telling you, it wasn't doing nothing, not doing nothing. Probably if I look him up on social media, probably got no type of motion, no nothing. He's not doing anything. That whole group is not doing anything. One of the members that we had was working at Foot Locker, happily working at Foot Locker.
Oh yeah, we ran into him the other day.
You know what I'm saying?
So I see that.
I heard that story.
So it's like the best thing I take from being with that group is leaving that group. Because the people around you will literally either uplift you or bring you down. And that is a fucking fact. Because if I'm surrounded by people who want to play Fortnite all day and video games and not do shit with their lives, I'm going to end up the same way. I couldn't be that. I saw something greater. I know I can be greater. I know I can do this at a higher scale, higher level. And that's what I did. Mm-hmm. And that's why, still to this day, everyone knows me. Everyone knows what I built. Everyone knows CVO and what I bring. My bridges is not burned. I show nothing but love. You see the type of people I can get a hold of. People rock with me certain ways. People respect me, and that's what I live for. Mm-hmm. I kid you not. If I stayed in that group or whatever that was, I would not be here today. I would not be who I am today, and I'm happy that everything happens for a reason. And I'm happy life ended up like that, because
that shit happened for a reason, bro.
And now you bring it out. That's why I even like y'all got history. You know what I'm saying? The same way, like I brought him around. It was an invitation. I'm trying to build a team. Blah 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 blah. I think we can grow this thing. And there's been different people in and out of here. You know what I'm saying? But I want to get more into your talents and what you can bring to the table. Because so far, you've been good with social media. You've been on point with that. You're knowledgeable. Like, what do you see the next 6 months looking like for you, even working with the team?
Personally, I'm just trying to fit in anywhere I can be an asset. And I know we've spoken on that, but for the viewers watching, I think we communicated enough that, like, right now I'm learning everything. I'm learning your guys' work ethic, the way you guys move, communicate, and I'm adapting to it in a way that is fruitful for me so I could learn, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My goal, man, I'm trying to elevate 2024, like, last couple years, I've been doing the music, man, and like, there's so much I know I can do. Like, I'm, like, as far as, like, music, man, I do OnlyFans, too, bro. Granted that, like, anybody can do OnlyFans, but you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm just trying to work. And
what do you think you've had the most success at in, like, what industry or what?
Industry?
Or not just industry, but what has brought you the most success in your life that you've seen that you even enjoy doing?
Man, I'm gonna always have love for the music. Music is the beginning, is the core of everything that has started within me. Like, even since I was a child, I grew up playing music in church. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a musician at church, so that has always been instilled in me. But I think I mainly always flourished in music when it came to, like, popularity, when it came to, like, people, like, noticing me and stuff like that. When it came to money, it's been like OnlyFans and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Sex
Can you talk to me a
sales.
little bit more about that? I'm just nosy, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Yeah.
what is that like? Because you said anybody can just do it, but I don't think
Yeah.
anybody can just do it. Because it's like,
Man, you be surprised what people
break
like,
it
bro.
down. Break it down for, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you probably have more
I
expertise than
think
most.
anybody could do it too.
I think
Shit.
anybody-
No, but anybody could get on the same way anybody can create an Instagram account. How people profiting and making money off and keeping their equity, you know what I'm saying, before they stock go
The
down.
thing
You know
with
what I'm saying?
OnlyFans is like you have to be consistent like a job, just like anything else. OnlyFans, like, yeah, you can make money off subscriptions, but you have to be adamant and sending messages, sending out content. Then you get new subscribers and they want your content. Like, you know, they write you, woo, woo, woo. You gotta be on it constantly because, you know, people get on it all day, every day. So it's
Think about that.
And you working with other
Oh,
girls in the industry, like you've been putting girls on, and
I wouldn't say I put girls on. I've collaborated with other women, but I've done it with my girlfriend. So I do OnlyFans with my girlfriend, and there's been times where she's just collaborated with other women, and I shoot the footage for them, or I'm involved as well, and we shoot the content together. And it's pretty cool. I feel like if you're upfront with who you collaborate, let them know what's going on. You're not like, in my experience, I've heard a lot of content creators like shoot content and then they don't send it to the other person they're collaborating with, and that's kind of like why don't you want to send them the content? Or like they'll send them content but already edited and fixed a certain way that they want it. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I collaborated with anybody, like,
you get the raw files.
yeah, you get all the raw files, so you can edit it the way you want to edit it. You know what I'm saying? To your people, to your audience.
That's OnlyFans etiquette right there. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? You
exactly.
I think that's,
I'll show you
that's
guys.
anything etiquette. Because if
Exactly.
you're collaborating, like I said, as a videographer, whatever, or something, or like you want something done a certain way, go ahead. Or we come together and collaboratively, okay, we both like this.
Yeah, I think that's
You know
the
what I'm
difference.
saying?
If you're collaborating, I think you have to be transparent with all the content. If you're coming to somebody for a service, then that's different. Whereas, like, if I were to go to CVO, like, hey, I want you to shoot this for me, but I'm paying you, and he's like, this is my service, you'll get this amount of edited, whatever, you know what I'm saying? This is what you're going to get. That's different. But if I feel like you're collaborating, you finna get all the content, you know what I'm saying? But OnlyFans is fun. If you want to do it, go ahead. It's lit.
dope.
It's lit. It's lit.
Do you see yourself taking that OnlyFans to the next level?
Honestly, man, I don't know, man.
Like, do you, like, as far, I know you were saying you're doing it with your girl, and I know you're saying to take it to the next level. Do you think you're gonna take it to the next level with your girl, or would you think you'll take it to the next level as far as almost like an OnlyFans agency? You know what I'm saying? Managing different models, helping them get to where they need to be, or showing them the ropes, where it's like you can be in control of freaking 50 girls for real.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
manage. I think if I were to take it up to the next level, it would be that route. Just because, you know, like, you get older, you kind of grow out of certain stuff, but it's still money, you know what I'm saying? But I started that at like 4 years ago. So, yeah, I've been doing it for a decent amount of time, and it's income like that. You know what I'm saying? I could not post, and I'll still get income from new subscribers that just
See that that's the
They're just
content's just
subscribed.
there. Like, oh my God, I
yeah,
like that.
and to them it's new. You know what I'm saying? And it could be hundreds of files of, you know, whatever. So
Monthly recurring revenue. Ain't nothing
Yeah,
like it. You know
exactly.
what I'm saying? You build something once and it's evergreen or whatever, just coming in again and again and again. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Whoa. But
Pause.
see, the
No
thing
Diddy.
is there. Look, hold on. Before I know you say that, I want to also say that OnlyFans is not just for that sex shit. And
No,
X,
it's
you know what I'm
not.
saying?
Oh,
Like,
yeah, 'cause-
it's majority that. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? But if you have something you want to sell, you have something, you know what I'm saying, that's very valuable, you can literally go on OnlyFans. Bandman Cover, he sells his little CPN sauces or whatever sauces he be doing.
Yeah.
And he like, hey, subscribe to my OnlyFans. You get access to the certain sauce. And
Yeah,
if you want
2,000
more, you
people
pay. You know what
paying
I'm saying?
50 bucks a month. I mean,
Yeah,
you
like,
do the math. You
We're
know?
just in that space where everybody, like, you hear OnlyFans, the connotation that's behind it is sex.
Of
So it's
course.
like,
And then he recently, like a couple of days ago, I think he finally launched on School. And I was up on School like a year, like 2 years before it really got popular, because I
I've
used
never
to
heard of
subscribe to Sam Ovens' YouTube channel. But long story, School is where everybody's at now. Instead of like the paid private Facebook groups, everybody got their own School program, you know. and they're all just charging the $40 per month to subscribe. I'm just like, But that recurring revenue, get enough subscribers, that's really gonna be what makes university and college like completely irrelevant when everybody got their own sort of community and they can learn off each other. They learn off like the smarter people in those groups, you know? And there's like a ranking and there's accomplishments to hit within that group and environment, you know. That's why, you know, we building the Delete Kingdom and we're literally building it from scratch to this point where I've ran mentorship groups before and doing weekly calls and everything. And we were using Facebook and we're still running the Facebook group, Delete Kingdom, you know, facebook.com/Delete Kingdom. And then I'm also just literally starting up the Discord. And we said earlier on this podcast, we were going to do the OnlyFans route, but like school seems to me like the new spot where it's at 2024. Where
and what's
it's
beautiful about that, and I like how you touch on the schools. It's gonna take over the schools, and I believe it should because.
And this is SKOOL.
Yeah, look at, and it's gonna take over the schools how it's originally spelled because, when you go to school, you go to college, you're automatically in debt. You can't write that off. You can't tax write that off. But if you signed up for our school, and you learn from us, you can actually write that off. You can write that education off, but you can't write the education that the government has in place for us.
That's crazy.
It's insane. So that's why I really hope it takes it that route because I'm a big believer as far as college. You if you're going to school, other than your basics, high school degree, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, read, write, math, whatever, you know what I'm saying, outside of that basic, unless you're going to be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, someone that is above and beyond that's actually needed, don't go to school. You want to go to school for business? You can come learn from an actual business owner. You can literally pay that to someone else, and that's a tax write-off at the end of the day because that's education.
I've always thought that, like, you got teachers or professors in colleges that are teaching business, but, like, a lot of them don't have their own business or they don't run a business. So it's like, I understand you probably know a lot about this, but, like...
It's like regurgitated theory, you know what I'm saying? And it's funny, like, speaking of school, I love this topic. It's like I'm actually flying out to North Carolina next week to speak to a school, you know, speak to the high schoolers. And then in my head, I got to brainstorm, like I got to create a little slideshow, let them know who I am. And the thing is, I'm still on the way up, you know, but I've accomplished what I've accomplished for myself where I'm doing well, you know what I'm saying, without school. I honestly did try to go to college like 4 different times.
Damn.
You know,
I went once for a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? I tried, but it was two like junior colleges and like 2 other things that was just like it just wasn't clicking. Like I was out of place. It was a waste of time. It was getting expensive to me back then. And you're like, why? And then I always thought to myself in hindsight, why the hell would they approve me an 18, 19-year-old for like $80,000? Like why? I barely had a job. Like. You know what I'm saying?
Just so you can be locked in the middle. They wanted you to keep
but
you
it's
in
just
that
so like
middle area.
Yeah, I always think about that. Like all 18, 19-year-old, boom, oh, here's $80,000. Like, but you have to use it for school. But like I get, but what if I was smart enough to like not use those student loans for school and then like sort of like but you know what I'm saying? Build a business or something. Invest in something. But me getting in hindsight, right? Me in the business funding space now, seeing how hard it is to get people with 800 credit scores approved for a business loan, 20, 50,000. I'm like, why are they giving us such a hard time? But all these 18-year-olds can easily get 50,000, blah, 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 blah. You know, it's just funny.
Yeah,
but
that's crazy.
But back to me saying like, yeah, I'm about to go speak at a school, talk to high schoolers, and I want to be raw and unfiltered. That's how I am. You know, that's why I got invited. But it's just like, I'm thinking to myself, I hope I don't scare these kids off and just my whole message just be that don't go to school, whatever.
But now my thing is, what are you going to? Because like when I had spoke to my high school, it was about film. You know what I'm saying? Kind of give them the grasp of being, hey, if you start this here and you continue with it, you can take it as far as I have. You know what I'm saying? Millions of views, this and that, working with celebrities. What are you gonna go talk to the school about? Or is it about like business?
So one of my clients is out there. She's doing like a 3-day thing for the youth, right? I might as well name drop Nicole Briscoe. If you know, you know. Mobile home mommy. So, long story short, she's just gonna talk to the kids, and she knows that I have pretty much close to $1 million in credit that I've been able to acquire, and I've been able to build a business out of that, helping other people acquire business funding and credit. And not only that, I have 10 years in the content creation, as an entrepreneur, really 15 years, whatever.
So it's more entrepreneurial lifestyle, like, hey,
entrepreneur. I'm just giving them. I'm just like
giving them the game.
I just know when I was in high school, like I wasn't aware of the word entrepreneur. I don't know how I went that long without knowing like what an entrepreneur was or what the word was. It was just like maybe it might have been in my vocabulary, but it wasn't. It didn't resonate whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? At all. Literally didn't know I can be an adult and not work for somebody else. It wasn't even a thought. So that's my message to the youth is really like, hey, like I know they're telling you your report card is the most important thing in your life, but actually your credit report is like the way more important. And then there's a high chance like after you graduate, you might not remember anything.
Damn near 80 to 90%.
Anything, anything. Like, and you know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm not the best person to talk to the youth, but I think like if they want somebody raw and unfiltered, I'm gonna be like, hey, here's what you need to focus on, like right after you graduate high school, your credit. Work on your credit. Like if I can go back in time, even before I was allowed to get credit, before 18, I would learn how to fix other people's credit. You know what I'm saying? Because I know 19-year-olds that have gotten $300,000 in business funding because they just worked on everything in the right time. You know what I'm saying? All I'm gonna say, and you could you can start a business the moment you turn 18. That LLC, and that's like literally the closest you're gonna get to cloning yourself. And your LLC can take out. You know what I'm saying? As long as you have the ability to acquire capital, it gives you the option to not have to trade your time for it.
Yeah, and that's crazy. It's crazy because like you said that, like I wish I kind of knew that as well, because when I was getting out of high school, my goal wasn't. I mean, I was of course with the camera stuff, being a creator, but my goal out of high school was I wanted to be an athlete. I had went to the University of Dubuque for football. I was getting scholarships that had to pay for nothing. Then when that was taken away from me because of my eye, I started to see like, oh shit. This shit's expensive.
Well,
like
didn't
you said.
see.
I didn't see, but I got to see that, boom, this is expensive. I had to pull out these loans, Sally Mae, Ed Financial, whatever. And it's like now I left school because I wasn't getting that support I was as far as for football. I tried to come over here to Columbia. They accepted me. They couldn't take my credits. So I was about to be a junior. They said, you got to be a freshman again. I told them, go fuck yourselves. Then I went to Oakton Community College. I was there for 2 weeks. That shit was oh my God, that was the worst 2 weeks of my life. Worst waste of time ever, because they were teaching me shit that I knew in high school. I was at a university. I literally had papers. I was on the dean's list at a university. I was him because I wanted to go in the transfer portal and go D1. Or the reason why I didn't go D1 is because I got a 17 on my ACT, so I wasn't eligible for any D1 scholarships or anything like that. So went to D3, went to one of the top 3 D3s in the country, top 25 at the time, and was like, all right, but I got the team, I get the grades, I can transfer, I'm playing. Boom, that went down the drain. So I was like, all right. Came back, and I was like, fuck this. This is crazy. Got a phone call right there in class. Hey, my videographer canceled on me. I'll give you $1,000, come shoot. I said, what? Teacher, I'm gone. I'm sick. I hurt. I don't know. I just left. I swear to God, I left. It was a biology class. I was like, I'm gone. Fuck this. Like, I swear to God, I remember like it was yesterday because we were outside putting things into trees to get maple syrup.
Are you serious?
I swear on my unborn child. I was like, bro, we're literally for science. We're literally putting these little things
and
into
we're all
trees.
adults.
Yes, and just looking at this shit drip in buckets, sitting there. I was like, dude.
And they charging you $500 for that credit, huh?
You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, no, I gotta go. I left. I still get to this day. Oakton be texting me, my Oak Community College, and it's like, I'm happy I left, because then what happened was I started shooting videos more. Boom, doing that. Then, of course, after you leave school, 6 months, you got to pay that money back.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, shit. I got to figure out what I'm going to do. I got my little 9 to 5 with my OG. Thank God she had a little decent something lined up for me. She didn't have lined up for I told her I wanted to do it. Let's do it. So I worked there for 2 years, literally from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. I was working my 9 to 5, and I had my gear with me. Every time I left work, I was out shooting a video. Literally. Didn't get home till 1, 2 a.m. and do that shit all over again for 2 years straight. My income that I came from my 9 to 5 paid off my student loans. The income I came from shooting videos came straight to me. And that I was able to pay off $50,000 in 2 years to my student loans. I don't have no debt, student loan debt. Now, I have one on there that I keep on there just to keep my credit report running and rolling, whatever, because it's small as hell.
Right.
I could do that any day of the week. But other than that, the big stuff, it's gone. And as soon as that happened, and I seen that my videos was taking place as I wasn't say entrepreneur, but self-employed, because that's I guess a self-employment thing still. Mm-hmm. Boom. I was like, I don't have to work a 9 to 5 no more. I work for myself. Yeah. You know, I was shooting content, this and that. All the way until that shit started dying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now transfer over to this. That's why my mom was always telling me, man, you gotta have good credit. You gotta have good credit coming out. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, you gotta have good credit. Mm-hmm. She didn't tell me the power of credit, but she said, hey, make sure you have good credit, make sure you pay your shit on time. Got me my first credit card, swipe it on gym shoes, pay it off. Swipe it on gym shoes, pay it off. You know, something decent. And then when I got into the realm of being an entrepreneur and start to see that, holy shit, one, corporate America gets all the fucking, the tips and tricks and all the goodness. While they literally, if you do not go that route and you want to stay stuck in the middle, stuck in that loop,
you're in a rat race.
Go ahead,
you gotta own a business. Like
go ahead and work for somebody. Work for them little dollars a year that your taxes come out, your insurance come out, your 401k comes out, whatever comes out of your check, and it's like, here you go, here's a little piece of change. Now live off that, and come back tomorrow to work.
Yeah, my thing is, so my thing to the youth is like there's a game being played. There's a few games being played. The whole college route is a business model, right? There's people at the top. There's people that organize the college system. It's designed to funnel you into a factory job, right? Because I felt the same way you did in them community colleges. Like, this is the 5th year of high school all over again. It was just like the most demotivating thing my entire life. When they're like the first week, everybody's introducing themselves. And they might even ask, okay, what do you want to do? Why are you here? They might even ask, why are you here? Half the room doesn't know why they're here, or like, where's the motive? It's like, nah, that person's 50-something-year-old. Oh, I just wanted to come back to just
and get my little paper.
Like,
I wanted to work for this paper.
For the paper. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
to get a job.
Right. It's like, bro, are we like, how, like, so my brain pretty much goes faster than I can speak, obviously, when I get on this topic. But I just want to give the youth that epiphany, like, hey, you can work for yourself as long as you got to find what you love to do and find out how to add value to the marketplace. Why would somebody reach in their pocket and give you their hard-earned money legally? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, why? You find out, and then they will do it. Whatever you choose to do, you can make that happen. And then we have a similar background. We kept on, we worked the job, and then we'd film, work, film, save up for equipment, work, film, and then we started to notice, like, money that I'm making from filming, the money that I'm making from doing all these videos, doing all this content, is damn near the same as, like, trading my time for money. But I might as well, what if I double down on working for myself, right? And then, all right, cool, it got slow. What happened, like, when stuff got slow for the film, then, all right, cool, I'll go grab a little warehouse job, cool. But then one time, I was like, well, it's slow right now, but if I get that job, I'm obligated to show up. I got to clock in. What I did was, I was like, you know what? I don't care how slow it is. I'm going to just like, I'm going to be patient. I'm going to pray a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Another thing came in, and it clicked in my head like, man, had I got a job, you know, I just made another 500. Boom. You know what I'm saying? It'd take me 100 hours to really edit it. But I could shoot a video in 4 hours and then come back home, edit on my own time. I was on my own time, though. So I just pretty much compared the two, like, damn.
It gotta make sense.
I could really avoid a job if I'm patient during the slow times and really manage my money wisely. And my biggest message from the youth, it comes from somebody named David Shands. He got his own podcast. Like, he said it so clear, and it made so much sense. The first most important rule about money, once you get it, never spend all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And until I had to hear from him on his podcast, when he said, I was like, that's it. Exactly how he worded it. For every dollar that you ever touch, don't spend all of it. That doesn't necessarily mean park it in your bank account and watch it depreciate because it depreciates. No, that's a different topic. It's more so like starting out, you're managing money. If you think about like, first rule about like, you know, don't spend all of it. And then it's like, don't lose it. The second rule is like, don't lose it. You know what I'm saying? Because spending is different than investing. So it's like, if you're going to save 20% of every single dollar you touch, then like you have a little nest egg at the end of the day. And then you can take a little bit of that to invest, but don't spend. You know what I'm saying? Investing is different. You're actually putting your dollars towards something that's going to make you more dollars. You know what I'm saying? So that you can, if you're going to spend like 50% of the 20%, you know, if you're going to invest half of the 20% that you never spend, then you're hoping to spend $1 and make at least 25 cents on that dollar. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's my thing. I talk about it like I have some friends that they have kids, and I'll be like, and they're about to graduate high school, and you know, we spend a lot of time talking about, well, has they tried this? Have they tried this? Oh yeah, he sells shoes online, blah 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 blah, but he keeps spending all the money. I'm like, well, never spend like
all your money.
Never spend all your money. Like, do they know that rule? You know what I'm saying? And I think about it like this too. Like, if we were to go, I know you've been to a casino before, right?
Well, yeah, it's my shit.
But you go to the casino with a strategy, right? Here's my strategy. Honestly, never been to a casino in my life. I've been in a casino twice, but like just literally walking through or whatever. Yeah. Literally, because it's just like, all right, cool. But my strategy would be this. I'm gonna start with $1,000, right? I'm gonna start with $1,000, or I might not start with $1,000, but let's say start with $1,000. If I make $500, there's no way I'm not going home with at least $1,250. Period. So start with $1,000. I make $500 net, $1,500 gross. I'm going home with $1,250. There's no way I'm gonna try and double $250. Yeah. And if it doesn't happen, I'm going home. I want your opinion on that because you've been to a casino.
That's
so I'm gonna start from scratch.
So like with me, like what I try to do is whenever I go to a casino, whatever I go in there with, if I'm going there with 100, I got 200, I got 300, I gotta be ready to lose that.
Yeah,
exactly.
You gotta mentally be prepared.
Like it's gone. As soon as you walk into the casino, like this money is gone. Like this is not coming back, realistically. So when I go to the casino, I don't do 1,000, you know, because I'd be like, damn, I just spent $1,000 on a casino. I can spend $1,000 somewhere else, realistically. But I go in there with that max, you know what I'm saying, 300. You know what I'm saying? Because like 300, I know I can make back. That's a photo shoot. That's a quick little something. It was small shit. It's small shit. So I go in there with 3. If I go from 3 and I met up at 100, I'm leaving. You know what I'm saying? Or like if I'm at 100 and I lose my whole 100, I'm leaving. Yeah. But if I'm winning, I literally go until I win. About whatever, let's
50%.
Yeah, at least something. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
If I come in with 300 and I get to 600, oh shit!
You double your money.
I double my money. So now what I'm gonna do is realistically, I'll probably put that away. So now I got my 500. I'm gonna bet this 100.
Yeah, that's probably.
And then you know what I'm
that's
saying?
the same thing I'm saying.
Exactly.
So if you make 100%, if you double your money, chop it in half. You never spend more than 50% of the profit ever. You know what I'm saying? You can re-gamble 50% of the profit, so you're at least going home with something. There's no way this shouldn't go home with something.
This is a funny story. So I was on a cruise, right? On a cruise, you're able to gamble. So my little brother, so on the cruise, I mean, you're able to gamble kind of however. Like it was so like lenient. If you was a teenager looking kind of grown, you was able to gamble because my little brother, who's 19, was able to gamble. But my other little brother, he just turned 21. He just turned 21, came into the table. This is a real thing, guys. First timers, like the first time luck That shit is real. I seen it in my hands, like firsthand.
Man, you should have seen my DraftKings account, my beginner's luck.
Bro, I'm talking beginner's luck is a thing. My little brother comes in there with 5 singles. We're at a blackjack table. 5 singles. He comes with singles. Oh, no, 10 singles. It's a $10 table. He comes with 10 singles. Bow, bow, bow. That's all he has. First hand, 21. Next hand, 21. Next hand, 21. Next hand, he got 11. And I'm like, bro, put the face card down, double down right now. He did it, 21. I was like, holy shit. We got some old men at the table. It's me, my brother-in-law's at the table. He's over at the end. We got some old timers, and they're like, holy shit. We're getting lit for him. People over there shooting craps over there trying to look what's going on because he's hitting. From $10, this man went all the way up to $200. He hits. He goes from $10 singles all the way up to about $150, almost $200. He bets one more time, he loses, but he walks away. Literally walks away,
Smart.
boom, money. Now my younger brother, 19-year-old, 18-year-old, he plays the slot machine. Plays the slot machine, comes up. He comes up, he put like 20 in there. He's at like maybe like 160 now. He takes that 160 to another slot machine and blows it all the way down to 60. I was like, bro, I literally kept telling him, get up, stop. I'm talking to my older brother, my oldest brother. I'm telling him, like, bro, please tell him to stop. Like, he's just, no, it's gonna hit, bow, bow, bow. Loses all that money, and some of the money was mine. I was like, bro, as soon as he pulled out, I pulled my 20 that I gave him. I was like, let me take this before you lose my shit.
Right.
Put it in my pocket. He kept betting. I was like, oh my God. I was like, bro, why didn't you do what our other brother did? He won and left. Literally, this man was so hungry. He was like, oh, I got this. That means I can get more. Let it ride. And it did not work, bro.
He thought he was Russell Wilson.
Bro,
Let it ride.
Bro, I'm talking the dumbest thing ever. And that's why I be telling him, like, I go in with a strategy for sure, especially with money. And I told him to get up hundreds of times. It didn't happen. Even the other time, I had took my lady. We went to Bailey's, whatever, Bailey's, whatever, the new downtown.
I think it's Bally's.
Bally's,
Yeah,
whatever,
Bally's.
Downtown casino. Boom, I went in there. I was like with 100. I lost my 100, cool. And then I seen one of these slot machines. On slot machines or any machines, you gotta see if they're ready to bust. You gotta see if the thing's about to tip over, if the thing's all the way to the top. You never get into a machine where the cup is empty or whatever. Never do it because you're gonna have to fucking put at least $100 in there to fill that bitch up, realistically. So we seen a machine that was gonna bust. I told her, I was like, go get 20. I actually gave her the 20. I said, boom, play this. She walked out with 120 because that shit bust. I said, we're done. Let's go. Like, she said, man, no,
You
You
got
ain't
the
putting
money.
no more
Don't hit
money.
it, yeah.
We're gone. We're
Right.
gone. Get in the car. Let's fucking go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
The casino
Bro.
will get your ass.
bro, they will get you because it's like they'll show you some money, and then they'll like quickly take it away from you because you're already up.
Right.
Like, no. Like Ty said, like I'm saying, go in there with a strategy. Don't spend all your money. That casino and life. Don't do that shit.
Yeah, don't spend all of it. Because, I mean, like, if you up 50%, I mean, people in real estate, they're aiming to get
At least
14
10. At least 10.
14 to 21%. Now, people in the stock market, they're aiming to get 7% on their money. So what that means is, like, over the course of a year annually, like, if they spend $1, for every $1 they get, 7 cents should come back, right? For real estate investors, for every $1, they're hoping to get 14 to 20 cents on the dollar, right? So if you times that, okay, for every 100 grand a real estate investor puts in, he wants 20 racks, right? At least, bare minimum. There are some people that can really find deals, they can really get their labor really, really cheap, and they're probably aiming for more, you know? But that's probably what I want to educate the youth on. Like, you want to, you know, I used to think as simple as spend $1, make 2. Yeah, good luck. But realistically, growing up a little bit more, if you could spend $1 and make 25 cents, you are doing what 99% of Americans struggle with doing. That's why they're attached to a job, you know? Like, I know I've like these kids that are selling shoes on their spare time because they're just like shoes. I'm like, do you know you have a talent you can multiply? Like, it's a big deal.
There's
if you
so
know,
many avenues in life that motherfuckers can make money off
That'll
of.
make
That these
profit.
kids, you like, oh my God. It's almost like if you literally sit there and do nothing, you're not gonna make money. If you go work for somebody, yeah, you'll make the money that you're trading your time for, but it's not gonna grow farther than that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
There's only so many hours in a day.
Yeah.
literally, I seen this one kid. He had posted. He's literally a kid, and he does videos for companies. And he made his talent his own job, and is making hundreds of thousands from these companies just sitting at home editing at his own time, sipping tea. You feel me? And it's like that's his talent. You can be smart as hell. You could be a web designer, a graphic designer. You can be a consultant. The knowledge you're getting paid for knowledge.
Literally.
Literally, you're getting paid for your knowledge of what you're able to do and how well you're able to do it. And it's like that kind of leads into a job too. You're paying for how well you do your job, and I'm gonna give you small raises to keep you around because you're doing your job well. But it's like, you know, like
I'm gonna speak on that.
Go
Like,
ahead.
there's some people. I have some friends that are in the corporate world, and I don't like to spend too much time talking about like their job. You know, think it's a job. I'm an entrepreneur, but I do have some friends that have jobs, and I'm gonna get one of them on the podcast really, 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 really soon, right? But I hear the same consistencies, like this job is they trying to get me to work weekends now, or this job promised me this when I got hired, but now they're sort of playing games. They playing with my top. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, yeah, sounds about right. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds like every
like
job.
I know, like
it's like a 9 to 5.
yeah, it's like they're incentivized to on their end. They're trying to cut costs and pay you as little as they can pay you. You know what I mean? Like they have a budget. They're on a budget. You know what I'm saying? Like you see the CEO drive up in a Bentley. He was like, yeah, and if you work hard, next year he'll get another one. You know what I'm saying? Like
Not you.
you know,
Oh, wow,
he'll be
exactly.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like they're not. It's like people say like you don't really get what you deserve. You get what you can negotiate. But in the corporate world, like, come on, if life ain't fair, how you think corporate is just automatically gonna be fair? No. I like even I have family members that like they cannot fathom the idea of just like not needing to work for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And they even think, oh, you still need to go back and get your degree. Till this day, I'm just like, okay.
That's
But like I've known about
generation,
their
though.
work history, and it hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows.
Exactly. You don't need no education. I'm a video.
No, you need it. You need to be. You need education.
You need education.
You
but
don't
you don't
need-
need higher education.
You don't. No.
that,
You
like,
need higher education. Like
what
the
am I supposed to- what
education,
I'm
the
trying to say?
word. You don't need institutionalized
There you go.
programming from a college
Yes.
program. You know
because
what I'm
as a
saying?
videographer, for me, like of course it's higher learning. You gotta learn your craft. You gotta learn your skill. You gotta hone in on what you're trying to do. You know your settings on your camera, the logs, the
Yeah,
shutter
you're-
speed. This
you're
and that. You have to
educated.
learn to be educated. Definitely on an institutional level, like that's not needed because I didn't go to not one institution to learn how to be a videographer.
Nobody once was at a job like figure out this equation.
And I swear, like when I was in those institutions, like I was still on YouTube trying to figure out how to get my homework done. I was like, what am I paying this teacher for just to put more on my to-do list?
Yeah.
But outside of that, it's just like there are entrepreneurs. I'll let the people know. I'll let the young people know, like, just because you don't spend money on college, you can still have a similar budget to invest into an entrepreneur that's doing exactly what you want to be doing, right? You can invest in courses and mentorships. Now, in the year 2024, you do have to dodge the fake gurus and the people that just regurgitate theories, and people can really
Like that one kid.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like people can really pretend and seem like they know what they're talking about, but do not be scared to just ask for proof. Like, oh yeah, prove it. You know what I'm saying? The people that I want on this podcast are going to be a blend of people that are on their way up. I might know more than them about what I know, like business funding, credit, corporate structure, this and that. I'm not legally a financial advisor, but we're going to talk my favorite subject, like business funding. And then I'm going to get some people on this podcast, I'm going to say it every time, like that are smarter than me. And those people
And even in their own field.
in their own field, in their own field, whether they went to college or not, right? I want to interview everybody where it's like I could pay them a few thousand to teach me the game, give me their blueprint. And that'll be a fair trade at the end of the day. Like, I'd rather just pay a millionaire teach me how to get millions.
Instead of a teacher who makes
he
fucking nothing.
60 to
they're
70.
going on strike for raises.
You know, like, yeah, so
gonna
coming
die.
up, what you can expect, like I was kind of saying, like, we gonna y'all seeing us build a team in real time. We
It's just
adding
the beginning.
new people. I'm about to get
More
like,
people.
I never like talking about what I'm about to do, but all I want to do is really from the bottom of my heart. Thank y'all for staying tuned. If you're hearing these words, that means you stayed tuned. You stood watching till the end of the podcast. So like and subscribe, all that good stuff. You already know where to follow us. We do got the mentorship coming. No, the mentorship is lit already. The mentorship is lit. You can just tap in, send a DM, you know.
Literally, we got people to the bag right now. as we
Ebook
speak.
is finally finished. It's going to be in the link in the description where you can go click. Just DM, leave a comment on any of our posts. Type the word ebook. You're going to see the ebook pop up in your DM. And then we got
Clockwork.
more. We got more coming. The blueprint, how to get an 850 credit score, how to get $850,000 in business funding. We're going to do another podcast. CVO will talk about the growth of his business and his business funding, all that good stuff. And then before you know it, man, come join the team. Come be on a podcast. Y'all invited. You know what I mean?
Be a Delete King.
Delete King 850, you know where to
Come
follow
join the
me.
kingdom.
You know what I'm saying?
And Delete King CVO Films, Delete King everywhere.
Yes, sir.
And then our guest.
Call me Feel the Vibes, call me Philip, call me CVO, Phil, whatever y'all want to call me.
And where can they follow you?
Yeah. At 94 PDV on all social media platforms.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Saw love. Peace.
Yes,
Get it.
sir.